Hello all, I am Nidhi Sonkar, Assistant Professor, Department of Applied Sciences and Humanities, Faculty of Engineering and Technology, Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti Language University, Lucknow. In our previous lecture, we were discussing about listening skill. What is listening skill? Introduction to listening skill and different types of listening skill, which were active listening, passive listening, marginal listening, sensitive listening, and so on. So, in today's lecture, we are going to continue that series only and discuss some more points about listening skill. So today we are going to discuss the process of listening. Process of listening usually involves five steps. It is not a hard and bound that these are the only five steps which we are every time going to follow, but this is the process how we are going to retain the message and how we are going to at last respond to the message of the speaker. So process of listening involves receiving of the message, understanding the message which has been conveyed by the speaker, remembering the message which is being conveyed by the speaker, evaluating the message, and at last responding to that message. So one by one we are going to discuss each and every process of listening thoroughly. The very first part of listening process is receiving of the message. This is the first step. In this steps, the speaker starts to speak and the listener is just sitting and receiving. Receiving means only hearing the things which are coming to their ears. They are not interpreting the message, they are not evaluating, they are not even try to understand the message, but the only thing which they are doing is understanding, only receiving the message which is coming to them. For example, if the speaker is speaking in front of so many audience, means the listeners are in very large number, or the listener is only face to face communication is going on, then the process of listening and receiving of the message will be in a pieces. Okay, so what we need to do in receiving is we have to pay attention to some of the things which will be helped to receive the message which is being conveyed by the speaker. So 2-3 things we have to follow so that the message which we are receiving by the speaker will help. Avoid distractions. Avoid distractions means if the speaker is speaking out something and the listeners are using their phone, making unnecessary chats with the another person, then it will restrict their mind. They won't be able to receive the message which has been conveyed by the speaker. Don't interrupt the speaker. If the speaker is saying anything, so let them finish first, because if you are not letting them finish and in mid only you are asking questions, asking any doubt, then speaker will also not able to give you the thing in the same manner as they were following the same pattern. Don't rehearse your response. Don't rehearse your response means don't make your own point of view in between the speaker's message. Don't jump, don't put your own point. If you are having your own thoughts, your own point of view regarding that topic which a speaker is speaking, so hold on, let the speaker will finish the things, then only you start speaking by yourself. Because if you will jump in between, then the message which has been conveyed by the speaker won't able to convey in the proper manner. So this was the first step of listening process, which is receiving the message. Now coming the second is understanding. You are listening everything what is coming to the listener's ear. Now is the time for you to understand that what you want to continue or what you want to leave. Means this is the process only where you are going to retain all the relevant information and discard all the irrelevant information. Why? Because if the lecture is going in a so long phase, then you won't be able to retain all the messages, you won't be able to understand each and every point. So there are certain points which is actually related to you only. So you have to bifurcate, you have to make the relevant and irrelevant information which has been conveyed to the listener. For understanding, one thing I have left is that for understanding you can also ask questions to the speaker, because if you ask the questions to the speaker, then you will able to get more involved, and it can be a possibility that while the time of speaking, speaker could forget something which is not connecting a link between all the topics which they are conveying. So you can also ask the question if you have any doubt. Third one is remembering. Now coming the now remembering is all about memorizing the thing which the speaker is saying to you. Why I am saying this? Because if we will memorize the thing what the speaker is saying, then only we will plan, we will interpret, we will evaluate the message, and then respond in the favor of the message. So there are some methods which by which one can remember the message, because it is not possible for an individual to remember all the things which has been conveyed at a once. So by one we will be remembering everything, not one by one, but we can identify the fundamental points, we can identify, we can outline, we can took out the important points in that whole conversation, in opposite to that which we have to make our response, make the message familiar. Whatever the things which has been conveyed by the speaker, try to relate those things with something which is more familiar to you, means get an example in your mind, so that you will be more able to connect those things to the message of the speaker. Okay. Now the fourth and the most important part of listening process is evaluating. Till here also the speaker is in the the listener is in the process of listening only, means till now also you are not going to respond to the message of the speaker. Here only you are going to evaluate, you are going to put the words of the speaker into a meaningful concept, means whatever the speaker is saying to you, you are going to make or give a meaning to that message. Evaluating is the most important part of listening process, because if one will not be able to evaluate the message properly, then it will be a problem, or the process of listening will be of no use, because the sense of both the speaker and the listener, the frame of reference of both the speaker and the listener will be different. So it is very important to evaluate the message in a correct form. What the things which you actually have to done in this evaluation, like you have to recall what are the facts which has been conveyed by the speaker, what was the demonstration, what are the graphs, what are the logics, what are the reasons, what are the questions which has been conveyed by the speaker. So these are the points which you can go through and understand the way one can evaluate the message of the speaker. Now comes the last part of the listening process, which is responding. I have remember the message, I have understand the message, I have evaluated the message. Now is the time to respond to the speaker's message. Respond to the speaker message means giving a kind of feedback that you have understand whole things in a same manner. What are the things you can do for responding to the speaker? Don't complete the speaker's sentences. Don't make your own presumptions. If you are having your own mindset, if you are having your own assumption that no, I am knowing everything, whatever the speaker is saying, I am knowing everything, then you will be shattering yourself. You won't be able to get inside the message of the speaker. So it is very important to let the speaker speak, and then only you respond to them. Address the speaker's point. While you are responding to the speaker's message, try to take some of the points of that from that message, and with reference to those message put your responses, because if you will take any other thing from different concepts which you have already made, then there will be no relations found with the message which has been conveyed by the speaker. So that's all the process of listening skills. Now in next lecture we are going to discuss the remaining portion of listening. Till now, thank you so much.